Hey guys, you're here with Ashley and Gordon for your daily life show here at Big Dogs for the European football. And as far as this COVID situation is, Ashley, we will not be seeing a lot of games this weekend, especially in the EPL. But I think there's still quite enough games for us to give out some winners and give out some premium picks on our premium selections at Big Dogs. And I think we'll definitely still be making some money this weekend.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to particularly the Italy Serie A this weekend. There's some really good matchups that I'm loving there. It says after today, I had no losses the last couple of days, and I started out really bad today, and it managed to only be down a unit. Which the way it started, I thought it was going to be much worse, but I think I'll easily make that back plus some with some of these Serie A matches coming up.
Yeah, my game started pretty well as well, and even Bayern scored that early goal in what was the 15th minute or so against Wolfsburg, and I actually had the premium pick on that game over 1.5 in the first half, and I
Oh, wow.
thought, well, there we have it. That's a sure
Mhm.
winner.
Right.
And then, of course, they scored like three more in second half. So instead of
Yeah,
scoring one,
I'm in the same boat as you. So you've been taking that bet, which I took at the beginning of the season, but I've been laying off on it a little bit for some reason, fortunately. And then I picked my spots with it, and I really did like it with them being at home, playing a struggling Wolfsburg side. And then, yeah, when they score in the first 10 minutes, I thought it was golden. But of course, like they do, we have an over 1.5, and that's probably the first time in a month I've played it. And then they come out and just start scoring like crazy in the second half. So they're a great offense, but I can't stand that team. You don't know how they're going to win. You don't know if they're going to concede. So it's great entertainment to watch them play. But as far as a better, it's just like just take them to win and over 2.5 and be done with it. Really.
yeah, I will not be betting over 1.5 in first half on Bayern anytime
Yeah.
soon.
Me
And
either. And it's going to hit in the
so
next one.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
going to hit. Yeah, for sure.
I see this comment. You had Inter doing 4-0, and they scored in the 87th minute. Oh my
Oh,
God,
yeah.
that's a really bad luck on your
Yeah,
part.
that's brutal because
Oh,
what on that 4-0 perfect score, you probably had what a good nice plus money,
oh
probably
yeah,
1,000 so or something like that, if not more.
yeah, that was a
Yeah,
pretty
that's
good bet.
that's crushing. I wish you would have hit that one. That's brutal.
Yeah, I had Inter -2 in my premium today, so that was a nice winner for me. They
Yeah,
started early and they started fast, like we predicted yesterday.
right.
Also, I believe yesterday we gave out pick on the German Bundesliga 2. I believe you said Holstein Kiel and St. Pauli over. So that
Hmm.
ended in the first half. I think it was 3-0. Yeah.
Yeah, that one hit in the first half, but do you think that I put that on my premiums?
No.
No.
I don't know what we had on Celta Vigo Espanyol. I think both teams to score, was it that we had?
I think it was. I think that was the
Yeah,
winner.
so there's still some time for Espanyol to score in that late second half. But I believe we had Lazio, also both teams to score and over 2.5. So that ended 3-1 for Lazio. We had Inter also -2 given out yesterday. That was another free winner for you guys.
Yeah, that was a premium for me today too, because and you guys know I say all the time I don't pick a lot of minus spreads like over -1. But yeah, that one. The only time I'll take anything higher than a -1 is if I'm counting on the other team, I'm pretty sure that they're not gonna score. That's the only time I'll mess with it. So I had a pretty good feeling that Inter was gonna
Yeah,
crush poor little Salernitana.
they are dominating right now. So I'm not sure who they need to play against for me to take a bet against them right now. So
Yeah,
they're
maybe
just on
maybe
fire.
Bayern or Liverpool. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, Ashley, let's move on to tomorrow then. We'll take a look at some of those early games for tomorrow, and we'll have our, let's call it, premium live show tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., for those big games before the start of the Bundesliga and a couple of games in EPL since a lot of them has been postponed.
Right.
But I see an interesting matchup in La Liga, actually, at 8 a.m. Eastern, Rayo Vallecano and Deportivo Alaves tomorrow.
Yeah, and so Rayo, this is the way that I usually handle them. They're a newly promoted side from La Liga 2, and they've been really impressive and fantastic. They started out so amazing that the numbers have kind of regressed towards the mean, which they would at some point. So I don't bet them when they're on the road. I do like them when they're at home, which they are here. So at home, they were averaging around 3 goals and conceding less than one. Those numbers have kind of started to balance out a little bit. So, but with them kind of downtrending a teeny bit, I think I would still take them as the side here, or I might would just take their team total over 1.5 because I really don't know with Alabes they're kind of up and down. So I wouldn't take either of these teams to outright win. But I feel pretty good about Rayo putting up 2 at home. They're a totally different team at home than they are on the road.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Rayo Vallecano is still undefeated at home this season in La Liga, which is absolutely amazing because there are some really good teams that they played against at home.
Yeah.
They have scored 17 goals in 8 games, which is an average of just over 2 goals per game, and they have conceded only 3 goals in those 8 games at home. Uh, Alaves, it's just I don't know. I wouldn't even call them an average team in the Liga. They're below average, if you ask me. They're not scoring a lot. They've scored only 6 goals on the road, conceded 10. Only 1 win so far on the road. And honestly, we're getting Rayo on the money line at minus 138 right now. But like you said, you are taking them team total over 1.5. So I would even stretch that on the Rayo Vallecano to win and over 1.5 goal in the game. And that's what we're getting at right now. Just a quick second. We're getting that at plus 137.
Yeah, that's a really good price.
That's a really good price if you ask me for the team that's been so dominant at home on both
Yeah.
ends against one of the weakest team in La Liga. I would definitely jump on that bet, and I think I will for that plus money. Absolutely.
And that you said that's Rayo to win and over 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like your bet better than mine actually. There's a lot of value on that one, right? Because if I'm not really seeing like a 1-0. I think they put up at least 2, which is why I like their team total. So value wise, yours is a better pick.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's what they do, actually. Sorry. Okay, we have it's not early matchup in Serie A, but it is at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, and that's probably the biggest game of the day and one of the biggest game of the weekend in Serie A, Atalanta versus Roma.
Yeah, and we talked about this yesterday. We talked about it on our recorded video. I've mentioned it 1,000 times on the live show. People are probably already tuning out right now. Atalanta, I'm not going to even bother giving you guys the statistics. They score a ton. They concede a ton. Roma, and they're not the team that they usually are, and that's coming from a Roma fan, but they can score, and they also concede. So I don't see anything that sets up more perfectly for both teams to score and over. You can just strictly play the over. I'm personally going to be playing both. I'm going to play the over by itself and both teams to score and over.
Yeah, I don't think there's much more we need to say about this game. And the prices stay the same as yesterday, minus 120 on both teams to score in over 2.5. And honestly, I think that's an early Christmas present for us, Ashley. I think this is going to be a very fun game. I think we'll probably see some shenanigans from Mourinho once again. It's what he does right beside the line. So,
right.
Atalanta is scoring a lot, like you said. Roma is also scoring a lot. They have scored 26 goals so far this season. But both teams are conceding goals pretty consistently, both at home and on the road. So I think this is going to be a very fun game. If you're playing the over, just the over, I would maybe stretch that to over 3 to get that kind of slightly better price than minus 175. And the worst you can get is push.
Yeah, no, definitely don't take the over 2.5. So the way I'll be playing it is, I think you're good with the 3. I see this. I think there will be 4 goals in this match, but I think the worst you would do on a 3 is push if that's all you have available. But I would take the Asian handicap of 2.75. Then if it ends on exactly 3, you win half, push half. And that's way cheaper. I will not lay a minus 170, even though I think it's a slam dunk of a bet to go over. I mean, as close to a slam dunk as betting as you can get. I won't lay that price for pretty much anything. So yeah, just if you don't have a 2.75 available, go with the 3. You should be safe there.
Yeah, minus 175 is the price if you're building a parlay, nice, I don't know, 5-6 game parlay or something like that. Just
that's
enjoy yourself. But I think the safest thing you can get is over 2.5 at both teams to score at -120. And like I said, I think that's an early gift for us this weekend.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm with my premiums for the first time in a while. I'm down a unit today, so I'm expecting that game single-handedly to pull me straight back up out of that lost unit today.
Yeah. Okay, now we don't have any early games in the EPL tomorrow, Ashley. So it seems like we got to move to those, let's call them smaller leagues in Europe, or maybe even Australia. We have two matchups. Have you started betting on the A League yet? It's been a couple of weeks. It's been a few games now. So
Right, yeah. So I told you I would wait a few weeks, and then yeah, I put in a premium late last night like an idiot, and over 2.5 at a good price. Those teams will hit it easily in a couple of weeks, but yeah, that was just a dumb idea. So no, I mean, if you want to talk about them, you go ahead and take over the mic because I have nothing to say about them right now. And
yeah,
there's some good Bundesliga matches tomorrow.
yeah, we'll talk about those tomorrow at 9 a.m. on our weekend live
Because these are
shows.
later. Wait, no,
Those are
I'm talking about the ones that are tomorrow that are like super early.
no, they are at 9:30. All Bundesliga games. Are you talking about Bundesliga 2 or what?
Oh, okay. Well, they come on 30 minutes after. Okay, I'm sorry. I live in Hawaii,
That's
so it's 4 a.m. for me. They come on at 4:30 here, so it's 30 minutes after.
Yeah, I'll forgive you. Actually, no worries about that.
I don't need you to, but
Yeah, the only Australian game I would take a look at is this Melbourne City versus Melbourne Victory.
yeah,
It's a kind of town derby or whatever they call it over there. Both teams to score an over 2.5 at -110. We have two high goal scoring teams here, and both teams have conceded at least one goal in their first four games. So I think we should see goals in this one, and both teams to score an over 2.5 at -110. It's an excellent price if you wanna, I don't know, stay awake and follow some soccer
yeah,
overnight or whatever.
yeah. If you're brave enough, both teams to score in that league once they get going is typically a
Yeah.
great bet. But like I said, I pulled the trigger on it last night and started not to, and I wish I would have stuck with that. I want to wait about 2 more weeks just to have more metrics to look at to kind of see what the deal is. Well, you can't really gather a lot of info when you've just seen a couple of matches. So
Yeah.
I went against my own gut feeling there and paid for it. So
I know you like to bet Indian League. Ashley, do you have that early game going on tomorrow, maybe?
who's in the matchup tomorrow? So I laid off the one last night. Thankfully, I started to play the over 2.5 because
There's
that
Chennai FC and Odisha Football Club.
Oh yeah, so when Odisha are involved, typically over 2.5 is just a slam dunk. And for some reason, they keep offering it at a cheap price. Now, I wouldn't say just automatically go bet it. I do need to look a little more into it. I've been betting those the last few nights, but I did lay off last night, which I'm glad because it ended 2-0. But in some of these matchups, I mean, you get crazy amount of goals, like 6, 7 goals. And usually Odisha are involved in that. Not that, I mean, they can score, but they also, people put up like 4 against them. So that one
Yeah.
I'll definitely be looking more into. And if I do play it, it will be over 2.5.
I'm looking at the past matchups between these two teams, and in the 6 out of 7 games when the Chennai was the home team, we have seen both teams to score and over 2.5, actually make that 5 out of 7, and
Yeah.
6 out of 7 went to the over. So the price on the over in this one is -143, which is pretty solid price. If you want to stretch that to both teams to score and over 2.5 is +100 right now. So that if you combine that game and take Atalanta over 2.5 and both teams to score in the parlay and add that Australia League, you're getting a nice 3-game parlay that should win you some money tomorrow early.
Yeah, I'll have a parlay for you guys like when we first, because I know some of the Bundesliga matches will be in it. So those will start 30 minutes after the show tomorrow. So I'll have a nice parlay. We hit our last one, so I'm gonna try to get us some more good plus money. Now, like I was saying again, about when the over 2.5 is around -150 or something, if you have that Asian handicap of 2.75, bet that. Both teams to score and over is not a bad idea either, but this league is just so crazy. It's unpredictable. It can be 6-0 or 2-2. So I just typically stay away from the BTTS and over and just bet the over in Indian Super League.
Let me quickly make this parlay and see what the price is. Those early games that I mentioned. Okay, we have Italian Serie A. That's both teams to score and
You're
over
gonna have
2.5.
someone throw an Aussie League match in a parlay and crush their hopes and dreams.
Why?
Just if it's in a parlay, just be more conservative and take like over 1.5 or something. I don't know, because
No,
they're just not scoring right now.
I'm gonna play this ticket.
Play it.
Okay,
I'll give you
so
guys a winning parlay tomorrow, and so you won't be so mad about his loser here.
this Chennai and Odisha both teams to score in over 2.5. Atalanta, Roma both teams to score in over 2.5, and Melbourne City and Melbourne Victory over 2.5 at plus 476.
Are you jumping in on my Indian Super League now?
I will.
Okay, I'll throw you a winner in there to even up those +4 whatever. So I love betting the Hungary League. It's called MB1. This team now, unfortunately, the books have caught on to it because it's ridiculously expensive. Like just taking so there's a team tomorrow called PAX, PAKS. And they're anytime they're involved, both teams to score and over, is pretty much a slam dunk. But the books have caught on to it, so it's both teams to score and over. It itself is usually like a -220, -230. But I would take that and throw the over 2.5 in that parlay for sure.
Yeah, but that's the late one. I want the early ones actually.
Well, it is early for Bam Hawaii.
It's early for you.
Why you can have you parlay. They don't all have to be at the same time.
I'm not gonna take that one, but I might throw in that
I'm just telling you that.
Ferencvaros pick.
I'm just telling you that the PAX match, 90% it goes over 2.5, and it's way too expensive to play by itself. So you can leave it out, and I'll put it in my parlay tomorrow.
Okay, we got a couple of questions. Do we think Arsenal is gonna win? I think they have a pretty decent chance of winning because Leeds is not playing very well right now. Why can't you believe that anybody bets on Indian or Australian league?
Oh wow! I mean, if you love betting on soccer, you're missing out with that Indian Super League. I mean, like I said, study it a little bit. You have to pick your spots, but that league is so good for goals. I mean, they'll have the total set at 2.5 for like -120, and it ends up being like 7-3. You're missing out, just like in that Hungarian league I was talking about. You can pretty much count on goals of both of those.
And we won our free pick from yesterday. Actually, Celta Vigo versus Espanyol ended in a 3-1.
Nice.
So both teams to score at -106 was it yesterday, if I remember. So that was a nice winner.
Yeah, that's nice.
Now, this Paris FC and Olympique Lyon that we have a question about, it ended 1-1, and it says it was abandoned. So I'm not sure what happened in that game.
Yeah, I haven't even been keeping an eye on that.
It was abandoned at halftime, as far as I can see. So I have no idea what happened in that. But
that's a cup match, right?
Yeah.
I don't even look at those, so I am totally useless for you in that arena. Sorry.
I think that's it for today, Ashley. We gave out some of those early picks. We have a big live show tomorrow. A lot of picks to give out as well. A lot of good games. I gave out my parlay, so if anybody wants to jump on that, go for it. I think I will, definitely. So
I'm gonna give everyone one actually. So this is might be giving away a little secret, but this is really one of my go-to teams, and it's like the Indian League and the Hungarian League. A lot of times you guys should look into betting these lesser known leagues because the numbers aren't quite so tight with the books. Like the Premier League, they have those numbers so dead on usually. So there is the Serbian Super League. There's a team called Partizan, and I would take their team total over 2.5. For some strange reason, they keep offering it at a little bit of plus money, and I just slam that every time. Doesn't win every time, but it's won quite a bit. So it's pretty expensive to take them. You can't ever take the money line, or usually them to win, and over 2.5 is expensive. So I would throw a little something on Partisan, and that one is at 1:55 in the morning my time, so like 6 or 7 Eastern or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, Partisan and Calubera, I would bet Partisan's team total over 2.5.
Thank you, Hannah, for googling that so fast. Whatever happened in that game in in Paris?
Fire in the stand.
Fire in the stands. That's I don't know what the heck are they doing in France, but it's not looking well right now. There's been a lot of bad stuff happening in France, but
Yeah,
that's it, guys, for this live show. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. sharp Eastern,
yeah.
of course. We got
4 a.m. for me, so if I can do it, you guys can be here.
I told you last time, nobody cares. You're in Hawaii, okay?
They care. Trust me, they care.
Nobody cares that you have to wake up early.
We'll see. We'll do a poll tomorrow. These are good people. I bet they care. All right. Well, thanks for showing up again, guys. It's always awesome to have you guys with us. Hopefully, we'll see you bright and early tomorrow and get you guys on some winners.
Thank you guys for being here with us. Thank you for being patient with us. Go visit our Pig Dogs previous sections. If you like to get some more winners in addition to this free picks, check out our videos on YouTube. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. sharp.
Yep. See you guys in the morning.